How's it, guys, and welcome back to another installment of the Telkom Gaming Show. In this week's episode, we battle things out with Call of Duty Advanced Warfare and Far Cry 4. Get the lowdown on 3D printing and go behind the scenes for the making of the game Shadow of Mordor. Call of Duty is back again and the game has officially been released. It's now available on PS3, PS4, Xbox 360, Xbox One and PC. The first-person shooter takes place in the future, in the year 2054, and features a number of differences to the previous games in the series. It no longer has a traditional heads-up display, but boasts recharging guns and various types of grenades in this advanced warfare. Players will also be able to jump around using boosters to get from point A to point B. We had a chance to play some of the multiplayer recently, and it looks really awesome. So far, the game has seen various positive scores across review sites and seems to be averaging around about an 85 out of 100. Activision and the developer Sledgehammer Games have been paying close attention to what the public wants in the game and have been taking options into account up to the development of the game. The development team focused on the multiplayer aspect of the game and has been working hard to bring esports in as a major focus of the title. Gamers on PC will be pleased to know that the game will make use of dedicated servers, so COD Advanced Warfare may be quite a huge title contender for the 2015 DGL season, both on console and PC once again. Far Cry 4 will be hitting local shelves later this month and brings with it the action, adventure and ability to shoot things up that fans of the series have come to know and love. The game will be hitting previous and current gen consoles as well as PC come nearer the end of November. The single-player story follows AJ Gale, a Nepalese native who returns to Kyrat to find himself caught up in a civil war ruled by Pagan Min, the self-appointed king of the Wild region in the Himalayas. So far, Ubisoft has already announced a bunch of new multiplayer modes, including the Arena mode as well as the competitive multiplayer mode. In Arena, players will face off in a gladiator ring and battle against animals or other players in a fight to the death. What's more interesting is the competitive mode that's been announced for Far Cry 4. Battles of Kyrat will put you and your friends fighting against each other in opposing factions. The game will feature a 5v5 with Rakshasa against the Golden Path Rebellion. Each faction has skills and abilities like the Rakshasa, who will use traditional weapons like bows and arrows and have the ability to stealth and summon animals. The Golden Path Rebellion, on the other hand, has a larger arsenal of weaponry when it comes to guns and will be reliant on vehicles to get around the map. There will be 3 different competitive modes similar to traditional ones, and they are Outpost, Propaganda and Demon Mask. None of the modes are entirely unique, but they all have their own unique spin on common modes you will see in other competitive titles. For all you Saffers out there, you will soon be getting an exciting rugby game. Rugby 15 will be hitting the shelves this month too for next-gen, current-gen PC and handheld gaming consoles and will mark the re-entry of a rugby game into the market for some time. Unfortunately, there are no local teams for gamers to enjoy, but the license for the top 14 Pro D2, Aviva Premiership and Pro 12 have been included, as well as the 6 nations teams like England, France, Ireland, Italy, Scotland and Wales. While the actual names won't be in, Saffers will be able to navigate the teams from the Super Rugby. So instead of playing as Blue Bulls, you can play as Pretoria, and instead of playing as the Sharks, you play as Durban. Another game to watch out for in the coming weeks is The Crew. The Crew is an online racing game set in an open world coming to PS4, Xbox One, Xbox 360 and PC, and will likely be hitting the shelves in December. Players will take to the land of the USA in an open and persistent world, infiltrating criminal groups in a 20-hour-long campaign. Players will drive around, trigger mini-games and skills, and compete in challenges with other players racing at the same time. Our winners for the Alien Isolation competition have been announced, but don't despair, because you still have a chance of winning the Evil Within competition. Check out the link in the description below. In this week's Art Tech segment, Stephen takes a look at the incredible and now very much real concept that is 3D printing.
A revolution in technology went live in South Africa last week. A local distributor, Rectron, who distributes all sorts of electronic components, gear and products in South Africa, became the official distributor for MakerBot. MakerBot started the 3D printing revolution in the USA and certainly makes some of the coolest looking, most unbelievably high-tech 3D printers in the world. The MakerBot products will be available in South Africa right now from prices ranging as low as 18,900 Rand up to 39,600 Rand. And they're bringing in their digitizer so you can actually put any object and digitize it and print it on the 3D printer. The huge revolution around 3D printing is that pretty much whatever you can imagine, you can make. So imagine a situation where you break a plastic handle on your car. Instead of waiting 3 months and ordering it from Germany or Japan or wherever it comes from, you simply take that piece of equipment, have it scanned, and print a brand new one in the comfort of your own home and screw it onto your car in the matter of a couple of hours. 3D printing is going to change a lot of things. News is that these products are available right now in South Africa. The 3 MakerBot models certainly do look the part. They're ultra cool, ultra futuristic, and can print from a 10 centimeter figurine or product all the way up to a 30 or 40 centimeter product on their bigger ones. And there is no end to what you can print, from covers for your iPhone or your Galaxy phone, it makes no difference, to jewelry. There's any amount of product that can be built directly in multiple colors using MakerBot. Rectron have invested in a big way in the whole MakerBot ecosystem, because a 3D printer is not simply a box that you get and you plug in. It connects to a system called the Thingiverse in the case of MakerBot, where you can go to the Thingiverse on the internet and find thousands of pre-designed printing plans that you can download, install on your MakerBot. The other thing that you'll need is filament. Filament are the raw materials that you'll use to print whatever it is that you print. Rectron will stock and supply at reasonable cost the filament. The average product that's made in the small MakerBot will cost a matter of rands. The benefit of 3D printing is that the actual printed product is very inexpensive. The filament is sold and supported by Rectron and is available from other sources. The 3D printing filament comes in soft, hard and metallic finishes, so there's no end to the amount or colors or the style of product that you can print. If you do any form of prototyping, if you do any form of small scale manufacture of any product, be it automotive, be it jewelry, be it plastic, be it anything, you can make that on your 3D printer simply by downloading the plan from the internet or using another product that MakerBot are making available in South Africa, their 3D digitizer. You can take the product, install it in the digitizer, and in a few minutes you've got a complete 3D printing plan that you can then use to print whatever it is that you've scanned on your MakerBot.
I'm sure most of you by now would have managed to get your hands on Shadow of Mordor for next-gen consoles. For those of you who are still on current gens, don't despair, as this epic title launches for previous gen consoles on the 21st of November. For the next 3 episodes, we'll be taking a behind-the-scenes look at how the team at Monolith created Shadow of Mordor, and in today's installment, look at some of the challenges they faced.
Talent, passion, commitment. These are just a few of the elements that go into making a great video game. But in order to meet the many challenges and endure the pressures that come with delivering a game based in the Middle-earth universe, it takes something more. It takes teamwork. Welcome to Monolith Productions. From the studio behind powerhouses like Fear and Condemned, Monolith is working on a game they hope will change the way AAA action games are played.
There's been so many different things that Monolith has done, but I think that the key's always been it's attracted talent that wanted to do something new and innovative and interesting.
Over the next several months, we'll go behind the scenes and follow the talented individuals at Monolith. Programmers, level artists, game designers, storytellers, as they complete their latest project set in the world of Middle-earth.
We want to do a fantastic Middle-earth game. We want to do a fantastic third-person action-adventure game, and we want to do a truly next-gen video game that, you know, takes advantage of those possibilities.
There's a really fun and interesting challenge to doing an established IP and staying within lore, but also doing something creative with the lore.
We've been paying special attention to detail and staying true where we can, and also spicing it up where we're allowed.
Creating a AAA game for the next generation of consoles means the team must also deliver a level of quality and detail that is second to none.
I think our biggest challenge has been making sure that it truly is immersive, it truly is varied, and it feels realistic.
Players just want more. They expect the animations to be top-notch, fluidly integrating into their combat.
Now we are working really hard at making sure that we are at the resolution that we want to be, and that we are at the frame rate we want to be, and that the design department isn't having to make any compromises on their vision.
We wanted our characters to be amazing looking, super high fidelity, lots of variety, lots of personality.
We have a really great innovation with our Nemesis system. You get a chance to go in there and mess around with orcs in a society and have them doing things and experiencing things with the players that nobody's ever seen before.
We can create new types of gameplay experiences, new types of emergent stories.
You never see the same guy twice, you never hear the same line of dialogue twice, and so everybody can really start to come alive and become a unique character.
Every time we play through it, it's a different game, and we're hooting and hollering.
You know, we really are seeing things that not only I haven't seen before, or one person hasn't seen before, but that nobody from any discipline has actually seen happen before.
In the end, it's an opportunity to create something that's innovative and truly inspiring.
I want this to be a game that people point back at and say that was a turning point, not just for Monolith, but for the industry.
To me, it's every developer's dream. You get to start your franchise. You get to really strike out there with something new.
I hope that when people play it, they really appreciate how unique their own experience is going to be.
I couldn't imagine working on a more fun game with a more just positive, fun, intelligent group of people.
Working on this game is special just because of the people that I work with.
You know, we've got a super active board gaming group and this crazy active Magic the Gathering group and this soccer group.
It's about working with the team, collaborating with the team, and bonding with that team, and figuring out how to make something great.
Crafting a AAA video game is not an easy task. As code is added, levels altered, systems tweaked, the team must perfect all elements of the game as they approach the next milestone.
We're looking at some strange performance problems in lighting.
It takes a lot of work and some creative problem solving.
We need some investigation here to get a picture.
But for the men and women at Monolith, it's just another day at the office. With only a few days until their deadline, the team is determined to finish on time.
It's all about closing it down. It's all about the bugs. It's all about the performance.
All of the mechanical parts are in place, but we need to tune that they are all fitting perfectly, or else the user experience will just start to break down.
Every discipline has had to overcome their own unique set of challenges. For the design team, it's about continuously creating a richer and more varied game experience.
The biggest challenge is just the massive complexity of the game. You've just got this incredibly dense web of relationships between all of these abilities the orcs have, all of the level design, all of the world, all of the simulation that's going on.
It requires a lot of optimization between all the disciplines to take full advantage of the next-gen hardware, ensuring the graphics are beautiful and the game runs smoothly.
As our designers and our artists push the boundaries as much as they can with high-level visual fidelity, with high-level gameplay and more AI count and, you know, more objects in the world, it's going to constantly stress our performance and memory.
There, yeah, it's in the same place.
Let's try to spawn an AI.
And it's not finding a good nav mesh position. As we're trying to finalize, pretty much the biggest issue we keep running into is performance, memory.
The programming department is arguably under the most pressure as the deadline approaches. But by working with Monolith's proprietary game engine, they can be counted on to come up with a solution.
What we think is going on is that we're adding too many obstacles to the world at the same time. And so we're making systems so we queue them up so we only add so many per frame. So that should alleviate a lot of the hitching that we're seeing.
Having our own tech, like that's what allows us to really iterate fast and to really push the visuals and the level of fidelity.
As the clock winds down with key issues solved, it looks as though the team will indeed meet their deadline.
There you go. Done. See, it's all fixed. That's why he's the White Wizard.
A brief moment for congratulations on a job well done is all they'll have time for.
Now it's the next mountain we need to climb.
You know, we'll always want to do something better. We'll always want to keep improving.
Until they drag this thing out of our kind of clutches, it's going to be challenges every day.
In the next episode, as the team readies the latest build of the game for E3, we take a closer look at one of the game's core mechanics, the Nemesis system, and find out exactly how it was built.
How insane is that, guys? Be sure to stick around for more Shadow of Mordor behind the scenes. Till next week, cheers.